So like for number 6, your absolute value is right here. You've got this 9 over there with it. So before you can split it, you need to move that value over so that the absolute value is the only thing on that side. So since it's a positive 9, we need to subtract it. Get the absolute value of x minus 1 equals 30. Now that the absolute value is the only thing on this left-hand side, now you can say, okay, well that part in the absolute value could equal 30 or negative 32. When you pull it out, equal that positive value. So now you can say, okay, x minus 1 equals 30, or x minus 1 could equal negative 30. So just one easy step of adding that 1 over. But two different answers. The hardest part about this is just knowing when you set them to the positive or negative or not. If you're like ready to do that or if you have a first step. Okay, so for number 6, we had to subtract that 9 over. The absolute value was not by itself. But it was 9 plus the absolute value. So for number 8, this is not 5 plus the absolute value of x. These guys are right up next to each other. So they're really multiplying together. So these are not parentheses. We don't want to distribute the 5 in there. We want to move it by dividing. If it's right up against, it's really multiplying together. So we need to divide by 5. And then that will go away. So then we've got that absolute value being the only thing over there on the left side, which is what we want. So this one's kind of weird because yes, we've got the absolute value by itself, but there's literally nothing else to solve for. So your two answers are just 4 and negative 4. The absolute value of positive 4 would be 4. Absolute value of negative 4 would be 4. Okay, how about number 9? 3p equals 15. Absolute value is the only thing over there, so you can split it right away. So 3p would be 15 or negative 15. So we split it into our two equations. Divide by 3. First answer you get is 5. Divide by 3. Second answer you get is negative 5. So yes, sometimes if the last step is multiplying, or the only step is multiplying or dividing, you will get the same positive and negative answer. It's just not that that's how it works. For number 10, all right, absolute value is right here. So we need to move that minus 5. So since it's minus 5, add it over. Get v plus 8, absolute value of v plus 8, equals 7. Now the absolute value is the only thing on the left-hand side. You can split it. So v plus 8 could be 7, or v plus 8 could equal negative 7. Again, you don't change anything on the absolute value side. You just change what it equals. So now solve both of them. So v could be negative 1, or v could be negative 15. The worst part about this, I think, is just the fact that, oh, today you have 2 solutions instead of 1. I think that's the worst part of it. All right, let's do 15, 13, and 20 yet. All right, so 15. Still need that to be by itself. So we need to move the 7. So it's 7 plus. I know that I'm subtracting because there's literally a plus sign there. They're not right up against each other. So minus 7. Get absolute value of x plus 9 equals 3. Then you guys can split it into positive and negative. So x plus 9 could be 3. X plus 9 could be negative 3. Solve them both. So we got plus 9, subtract that over. First answer is negative 6. Minus 9, minus 9. Second answer, negative 12. Okay, 15. You just have to check. So for this one, absolute value is the only thing over there. So you guys can start with splitting it. So we can say, okay, well, 1/2 x plus 4 could be 6. 1/2 x plus 4 could be negative 6. So we need to subtract 4. Get 1/2 x equals 2. And we just need to multiply both sides by 2. That will get rid of your denominator. First answer is x equals 4. Okay, second one. So same thing, subtract 4. Get 1/2 x equals negative 10. Should have give you guys more space. Multiply both sides by 2. Get x equals negative 20. You just have to get the absolute value by itself. So one more. Number 20 here. We want this to be the only thing over here. So we have to move this 5 and this 8. So let's move the 5 first. I do see the minus sign, but that's with the 8. So the 5 is really positive. So we need to subtract the 5. So we have negative 8 times the absolute value of negative 2n equals negative 80. And the negative 8 is right up against the negative 2n. So it's right up against, it's multiplying. So to undo that, we need to divide. It just gets rid of the 8 on the left side. And then you do it on the right. So you get 10. Split it into your two equations. So negative 2n could equal 10. Negative 2n could equal negative 10. And then divide by negative 2. So first answer you get negative 5. Second answer you get positive 5. So with this, nothing, I'm just going to say it one last time, nothing on the left side or the absolute value side of your equation changes. That part all stays the same. The only thing you'd change the signs of is what your equation equals. Once you get the absolute value by itself, you say, okay, the part in the absolute value could equal a negative number or a positive number. So whatever it equals, just solve the original, solve for the negative, get your two answers. But nothing actually in the absolute value ever changes. Just what it's equal to changes. So that's the trickiest part. And you should always get two solutions for these. Always two answers.